How's it going, trainers? Welcome back to another episode of Professor Adventure. So if you're wondering who I am, obviously I'm Professor Adventure. And what we do here is Pokemon news, theories, and speculation. And anything about Pokemon, truly. If you're new, I'm going to do the YouTube thing. Make sure to hit that like button on this video. Also, if there's any interesting things like you want to hear or want to talk, hit that comment section. Type up some comments, type up some words. I'll respond. Also, again, if you like what you hear, you'll want more of it, hit the subscribe button to get notifications every time I upload a video. Then, make sure to hit the like, share, comment, subscribe. Those four. That's it. I'm done with that spiel. Alright. It's boring to me. But gotta say it to get the algorithm out. Want y'all to be able to enjoy it and share it with others. For those of you returning, thanks for coming back. I know it's been a hard time with my videos, and I apologize. First and foremost, especially that last video, I know the audio was off, the video wasn't great, and I want to apologize for the 2-week wait. This video, I am constantly trying to improve. You're going to see edits, you're going to see music, or hear music, not see music, and I've got new hardware and everything. Thank you truly for bearing with me in this and on this journey, truly a journey. Then I want to thank y'all that are returning for all the comments, all the feedback, and those you're just joining, give me feedback, good, bad, or otherwise. I'm here for it. I'm here to learn too. Now, all that's out of the way. Let's get into this week's topic. This week's topic is the legendary birds. I know, I'm all about Gen 1 these first couple of videos, but there's a lot of mysteries to these first, little bit of the anime. And we'll kind of tie it into Gen 8, right? So, if you remember, in the last episode, talking about Arcanine, highly suggest if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. Just give me a little bit of grace when it comes to the audio-visual mess-ups. Now, we talk about the legendary tablet. If you don't know, recap, episode 2 is when this tablet comes into play. We go back to episode 1, towards the end, Ash is bringing Pikachu to get some healing, ends up seeing some legendary Pokemon. Back into episode 2. He takes Pikachu to the Pokemon Center, ends up getting Pikachu healed, and we're seeing this tablet here with Ash. And Ash is looking at Officer Jenny and looking at the tablet and says, "What is this? I've seen some of these Pokemon." Officer Jenny's like, "Those are legendary Pokemon." Ash has said, "Well, on my way here, there was this flying Pokemon that had rainbows and sparkles. Yay." Now, but obviously, Ash is confused. And what he thought was one of those legendary birds was actually Ho-Oh. But we don't know that until a later generation, right? So, in this legendary tablet, excluding Arcanine in the bottom right hand corner, we go into the rest of the part of this tablet. Bottom left definitely looks like my boy Zapdos, the electric flying legendary Pokemon. I mean, that's obvious to me. It was kind of obvious when we were playing Red and Blue back in 1996 when the games first came out. Then, the top left corner, we've got the awesome fire-flying Moltres. And that only leaves, out of this legendary bird trio, in the top right, Articuno. This is the one that Ash thought, yeah, it's Ho-Oh. But he, again, didn't know it. Now, what's so special about these three? Why am I on this topic this week? Well, this topic this week has to do with good and evil Pokemon. It has to do with regional Pokemon. That's where Gen 8 comes in. And it has to do with some speculation. Now, to get a good feel, y'all know I like to look at the Pokedex because so many trainers, as we're playing the Pokemon games, we miss out on the Pokedex. We just click through the screens just trying to get through it. Play with the Pokemon, play with the moves, all that good stuff, right? But there's so much good information that we miss in those Pokedexes. So when we dig deep into the Pokedexes of Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos, we find out that they are generally good Pokemon. All three of them. Now, Zapdos is a little bit less than the other two in the good factor, but Moltres was a helpful guide to people. They all helped mankind and also represented the coming of spring. Usually springs come around the corner when you see the Moltres. You know, kind of like the whole Groundhog Day. But anyways, then we have Articuno. Articuno helped people and guide people through the mountainous passes filled with the blizzards that, honestly, Articuno probably either helped create or just love. I'm not sure. Pokedex doesn't say. But it did say he helped guide people through these blizzards and led them into caves to safety. Now, again, Zapdos, the least of the three here. I'm not saying least powerful, but least good, we'll say. He's more territorial, like to take the territories of the other two. But he also brought rain to mankind to help water the crops, brought thunderstorms, right? Good rain. Anybody that's dealt with gardening knows I love the rain. I do a little bit of gardening myself. But this is the good part. They could have just left these three or gave them different forms, right? Like they did with Groudon and Kyogre. They gave them the primal reversion forms. Or later on when they did Legends Arceus, they gave Dialga and Palkia the origin forms. They could have done something like that, but they didn't. And this is where things get so interesting. They gave them a regional form, and that's where we go from Gen 1, and we're going to jump to Gen 8, to Galarian forms. The Galarian Moltres, the dark flying type. Then you have Galarian Articuno, psychic flying. And last but not least, Galarian Zapdos, the fighting flying. All three interesting types, but definitely have a different feel to them. You see, we go with Moltres, and from here on out, we're just going to say G Moltres, G Articuno, and G Zapdos, just to kind of cut it a little bit shorter. Galarian's a lot to say. But we have Moltres, the fire flying type, and turns into this fiery looking dark flying. Now usually when they get a dark subtype or dark type, they are dark. They're evil. Not always, but sometimes. In this case, it is. Because when we look at the Pokedex entry for Galarian Moltres, G Moltres, it says it puts off an aura of darkness and makes you think dark thoughts. And if you succumb to these thoughts, you turn into the shadowy spirit to serve it forever, kind of thing. A very dark, evil Pokemon. It goes from helping people, guiding people, to basically guiding them to death and servitude to it. I mean, Pokemon Company, Game Freak, they're usually not ones to really put a dark Pokemon, like an evil Pokemon, but this is really, really close, if it's not, you know? Now, we have Articuno, the one that guided people through blizzards, helped them into caves to safety, to G Articuno, who is all about illusions and guiding people not to safety, but to their death as you go running and chasing after this legendary Pokemon and tends to, guide you off a cliff. I mean, if that's not evil, I don't know what is, right? Now, this is where Zapdos in general is just different. Tends to be more neutral. But again, these regional forms have brought out the worst attributes or opposites of its original legendary trio, right? And in this case, it amplified the territorial, angry portion of Zapdos. What once was, yes, a territorial Zapdos would take the territories, or attempt to take the territories, of the other two it'll fight off anything just to prove it's stronger and kill you and just laugh at you as it kills you and goes on to its next victim. Very evil Pokemon. Okay? Why would they do this? It's such an interesting concept, and honestly, I don't have an answer for this one. But I do have some speculations and some theories and some questions. Why did they choose a regional form for these three? And if they chose a regional form for these three, well, if you know anything about Pokemon lore, you know that Lugia was over these three. If you've seen Pokemon 2000, you understand this. And you know there's also Ho-Oh, who are over the legendary dogs. So if these three got a regional form, we know in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they got Paradox forms. The dogs did. So maybe that's their regionals? Regionals, maybe? I don't know. But if they got regionals, and the legendary bird trio got regionals, is it a safe bet to say that Lugia and Ho-Oh might get regionals? And if so, I mean, could it be darker forms? More amplified emotional forms? I mean, we know in Pokemon 2000, Lugia is like over storms and the weather and controls these three, the original three. What if it brings out darker tendencies instead of protector of the sea, protector of the oceans? What if it becomes the wrath of the winds and waves? And if you know anything about leaks and stuff, that's an interesting thought. The winds and the waves. What if Gen 10 maybe story-wise has something to do with Lugia? But I'll get into that in another video. But anyways, going back to Ho-Oh, the Pokemon all about revival and rainbows, right? And the sparkles. What if comes something darker? What if it's all about death? Interesting thoughts. Hopefully this topic has been really interesting to you. I enjoyed it as I researched it. Thought some interesting things. Why regionals, you know? I think we could see a regional Lugia or regional Ho-Oh. Not sure though. Maybe we'll see it in a Legends Johto or Legends Celebi or something. Let's Go Johto, whatever it may be. Anyways, if you like the topic, let me know in the comments. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if there's something, a mystery, speculation, topic you want to talk about, Pokemon lore, let me know in the comments. Truly. And any feedback. I think this video is going to turn out a lot better than the last one, but I'd still love any feedback. Anything to improve the videos. If there's something you liked, let me know. If there's something you didn't like, let me know. Make sure to share this video out. I'd much appreciate it. Social medias, X. Speaking of, I'm on X. Professor Adventure. It's right here on the backdrop. Check it out. Give me a follow on there. I do throw some speculation on there that I don't usually post or videos on. Maybe I might. If y'all like it, I might start doing that. There's some interesting ones, especially speculation on Legends EA. Next week, I'm probably going to do some Legends EA speculation, some Pokemon Day predictions. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, share button, comment. I think I've hit it all. Anyways, let me know. Hopefully y'all like this video, and I hope y'all have an awesome week, trainers. Happy shiny hunting. Good luck in all your battles. Let me know how everything goes. Also, trading wise. I'm always up for that. Y'all let me know. We can do some trading. But for this week, Professor Adventure out. See y'all, trainers.